Despite what some of you may think, I am still in my 20s. I'm 27. Thank you very much. I am just now kind of getting out of that lost phase. I'm still very much so in that lost phase. I still want to do 8 million different things with my life. And I think that that's going to be the case until I try all of these new things. But I'm much more out of that lost phase than I was a year ago, 2 years ago. I've tried things, I've focused on myself, and I'm really starting to learn about what it is that I love, what it is that makes me light up, what motivates me, what gives me energy. But it's a process. It takes time and it takes patience, and it's not going to happen overnight, especially not going to happen in like your early 20s when you're going through all of these transitional phases. Previous to like the past 3, maybe 4 generations, your life was pretty much mapped out for you. You graduated high school, you went to college, you got a good job, you found a partner, you got married, you had a house, and you had kids. And you stayed in that job for the rest of your life. That was pretty much the life journey of every generation before, I would say, the past 3 or 4, like I already said. These recent generations have so many opportunities. And I'm not saying that the previous generations didn't, but with the internet, with social media, there are so many opportunities, so much information coming at us at all times, and we're so overwhelmed with all of these options that it is so hard to see what we should be doing. Not only are you in this weird transitional phase where your friends that were your friends in high school probably are not your friends anymore. Maybe you're moving to a different state, you're meeting new people, you're trying to feed and house yourself because you're an adult now. You feel like you're trying to keep up with people on social media. Everyone and their mother is an entrepreneur. There are so many more factors to take into consideration with this generation's 20-year-olds than there were previously. And the first thing I want to say is that it's just going to happen. It's okay that it happens. Nearly every single person feels lost in these like weird years. You're not a teenager anymore, you're not a baby anymore, but you don't feel like an adult. It's weird. You have to like figure life out by yourself. And especially if you're somebody who had a really tough high school career, me, thank you. Maybe you got bullied in high school, me, thank you. And you just became a shell of who you were, me, thank you. I got bullied, and by senior year, I was such a weirdo. I have no idea who that person was. I was wearing purple skinny jeans and red skinny jeans. Those are my favorites. And those Galaxy leggings, if you remember those Galaxy leggings, please comment on this video because I spent far too much money on leggings that looked like a galaxy. I'll try to see if I can find a picture of them and put them up here if you don't know what I'm talking about. But they were horrendous. I would not take my hood down for anybody. I quit all of my sports teams. I don't recognize that person now. I was so introverted because I was so belittled for years by bullies. I felt terrible about myself. And if you go through that in high school, it's even harder to go through those transitional phases after high school. I will say that one of the good things that comes out of being bullied in high school is that those people that were super, super mean either get pregnant or even worse, get ugly. Because people who are mean, they end up being ugly. It comes out. It is not just internal. It comes out of them. Their ugliness on the inside will manifest on the outside. You can't spend years being a bitch to somebody and expect to just look beautiful. It's going to come out of you eventually. Maybe you get ugly or maybe you age really, really fast. Karma's gonna hit you and you can count on that. But we're talking about you. We're talking about you being lost in your 20s. We already said that it's okay. It's okay to be lost in your 20s. Try everything. Try everything and sit with yourself. Maybe you have a 9-to-5, but you want to take some time and learn a high value skill so that you can eventually work for yourself and start pursuing your dreams, pursuing your passions, living in your purpose. Work that job, make your money, take care of yourself. Take the time after that job and prioritize learning those skills. Chances are you do not have a child that you need to be responsible for. The only person that you have to be responsible for in your 20s, hopefully, is yourself. Do not waste that opportunity. Utilize that opportunity to the fullest. The fact that in your 20s you can be as selfish as you want to be is so beautiful. And if you waste that time not being selfish, you're probably not going to find what you're looking for later on in life. Your 20s is the opportunity for you to be as selfish as possible. If you get nothing else from this video, get that. Your 20s is the opportunity for you to be as selfish as possible. Do everything that you want to do. Do anything that you want to do. Spend the free time, the extra time that you have working on yourself, finding hobbies that you like, finding your passion, finding what it is that motivates you, that lights you up, that gives you energy every single day, and run with those things. For the past 2 to 3 years, every single yoga practice I did, every time I sat down to meditate, I asked for clarity and guidance. And that was great. That was beautiful. That was the place that I was in at that time. But just sitting somewhere and asking to receive this clarity and guidance, it's not going to come to you. Maybe you'll get a little something here and there, But in order to not be lost anymore, I asked for that because I was so lost. I was not happy with the way that my life was going. I was not happy with the way that I was treating myself, that I was loving myself. And I was just hoping that like some external, please give me some clarity and guidance. Please, somebody give me something, because right now I don't know. And I didn't know because I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't trying new things. I wasn't working towards finding out what it is that makes me tick, that makes me happy, that makes me motivated, makes me excited, that makes me want to get up and live my life to the fullest every single day. I was not doing anything to try to find that. I was just hoping that there was going to be something external that was going to come down, rain down on me and tell me, show me the way. Just please, somebody just show me the way, because I'm too lazy. I don't feel like it. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Just start something. Just go find something that maybe you think you'll like and try it. You never know if you don't try it. Be selfish. Take time with yourself, for yourself. See what you're interested in. See what you gravitate towards. If you're somebody who's introverted and kind of weird and just likes to hang out with their dog, no shade, nothing wrong with that. But maybe something people-facing is not going to be your thing. So don't go and try something people-facing if you're a weirdo introvert. Maybe you want to start a blog about your dog. Maybe you want to open a doggy daycare. Maybe you want to work at a doggy daycare. Don't try to take your 20s, don't try to take this time and find something that you think is going to go well, that looks like is going well for other people, if you have no interest in it. Because you know what's going to happen? It's not going to be sustainable. You're not going to enjoy doing it. You're going to end up getting burnt out, hating your life, going to a job that you probably hate, and just wasting your time away, wasting your life away because you thought that this looks like it's working out for somebody else, so I want to try it. Okay, cool. That's a really cool mindset, but is it something that you're even remotely interested in? Don't go trying things just because other people became successful from them. If it's not something that you have any interest in, that's just going to waste your time. For me, I like working out. I like yoga. I love helping people live their best life. I have such a magnetic energy, and I know that, and I own that. I am confident. I am smart. Like, I know all of these things. So how about I take the time to write all of these things down, write all of the things that I like down, all the things that I do on a daily basis, all the things that make me excited, write them down and see what it is that I can try from there. How can I take these things that I really, really love, that make me really excited, that I'm passionate about, and turn them into something that makes me money? Because you need to make money. You can't just be doing these things for free. You can't just be learning how to crochet and then not sell what you've made. If you love your 9 to 5, and if you want to stay in your 9 to 5, if you love the job that you're in right now, then do that. Stay in that and just do it as a hobby. That's fine. I'm talking about people who are lost. You clicked on this video because you're lost, because you don't know what it is that you want to do. So if you're lost, write down the things that you like, write down the things that motivate you, your passions, and figure out how you can make money from it. I tried to be a personal trainer. I was not a huge fan of it. I am a yoga teacher. I do really, really like it. However, this I love. I have always loved people. Maybe I was an introvert at one point, but I am such an extrovert and I can talk to people forever. The biggest compliment that I get is on my energy. And this all sounds very vain for me to say this, but it's the truth, and I own it. I know that my energy is really, really good. I know that people feel comfortable and safe with me. I know that that makes me happier than anything. I know that positively affecting people's lives makes me so happy. It honestly makes me emotional. And there have been signs since I was young. I've always had so much empathy for humans. So maybe you do that. Maybe you can look at your childhood, at your teenage years, and see, what was it that you gravitated towards? What was it that you were really excited to do in school? Or when you got out of school, what did you always ask your parents to go do? Maybe there are little hints. When Steve Jobs was 5, he walked past a tech store and was mind blown by the tech, the design of the tech. And now he's Steve Jobs. Well, now he's no longer with us, but he was Steve Jobs. Maybe there are signs, and maybe there aren't. Maybe you didn't like anything as a kid, or maybe all the things that you liked as a kid, you're like, that's weird. There's nothing that I can do with that now as an adult. Okay, cool. Find new things as an adult. Don't just get sucked into what other people want from you, what other people's expectations are from you, because eventually, like pretty soon, you're not going to be happy in your own life because you didn't live for yourself. Your 20s is the time that you take to live for yourself. I literally want to scream it at you because I just want you to understand that so badly. Be selfish. Try everything. See how it makes you feel. After you tried something, sit with yourself Sit with yourself in silence. No phone, no TV. Sit with yourself in silence and see how that made you feel. Do something consistently for a week, 2 weeks, a month. See how you feel about it. Do you feel like this is something that could be sustainable for you? Is this something that excites you? Is this something that you could make money from? Is this something that you'll want to do 5, 10 years down the road? Is this something that you could scale? But put business second. In my opinion, put business second. Yes, you need to be able to make money from it. Yes, ask yourself that question. Can I make money from it? But the first question you need to ask yourself is, how does it make me feel? Is this something that I can see myself doing every single day for years? I know that so many people's argument is that you don't have to be passionate about your career. It doesn't have to align with your purpose. And I mildly agree with that. I don't think that like purpose you necessarily have to align with, but I think that you have to be passionate about it. I think that if you're just working a job day in and day out that's just paying the bills, eventually you're going to be miserable. And for me, quality of life over everything, happiness over everything. I want to wake up, and I want you to wake up every day and be excited for the day. And that doesn't happen when you're in a career that you don't like. That doesn't happen when you're just going through the motions, trying to please other people around you, trying to live up to their expectations. That doesn't happen. And that's what makes you feel lost in your 20s, because you're not living for yourself. That's why I'm telling you right now, let me say it again if you didn't hear it the first 6 times, your 20s are the time for you to be selfish. If you are not living your life for yourself, especially in your 20s, expect to either A, be miserable for the rest of your life, or B, have some kind of midlife crisis. Maybe you're 35, maybe you're 50, where you're like, holy shit, what am I doing? What have I been doing my entire life? I don't like my life. And I say that it's later in life because you get so stuck in the routine of things. You get so comfortable just going to your comfy job every single day, and you've just been doing it for so long that it's just like second nature now. So it's not like something that you really think about. It just pays the bills, and you know the people that work there, and you know that like this is going to be your day every day. And that's fine for some people. And if that's fine for you, that's beautiful. And if you're happy, beautiful. I love it. My only goal here is to make sure that you're happy. But for a lot of people, that's not fine. Most beings on this planet have so much more of a potential than sitting at a desk 40 hours a week for the majority of their life. But you know what they did in their 20s? They went to college. They did what their parents were asking of them. They did what their parents did. They went to college. They got a job at an office. They got married. They got a house. They had kids. That was their life path. And you know what they didn't have? They didn't have that free time in their 20s, that time to be selfish in their 20s, to see what it was that they were passionate about, what it was that made them motivated, that made them excited to live every day, because their 20s were essentially stolen from them. And you could do whatever you want. If you feel like you want to get married, you want to have a kid at 22, cool. Do that. Have a kid, get married at 22. Everybody's life path is different, and some people would be really stoked with that life. However, I will say that when you're that young, your brain is not fully developed. And I can say that because I have a lot of tattoos from when I was between 18 and 21 that I regret now. And those are just tattoos. Imagine having a kid that young. I will also say that the chances that you are doing that because your older sister did it, because your parents did it, are pretty high. So again, you're doing this because of these external circumstances, because this was your nature, your nurture. You're doing this because this is what you've seen. This is what you think is right. You're not doing this because it makes you excited. It is exactly what you want for your life. That's not why you're doing this. Chances are that's not why you're doing this. You might think that that's why you're doing this. You might think that like, oh, this is what I've always wanted, but why have you always wanted it? Have you always wanted it because it's something that you've seen other people have and these other people look happy? Do you know how easy it is to put on a happy face? Do you know how easy it is to make other people think that you're living this incredible life, that you're super pleased with your life, everything is going right? It is so easy. That's literally what social media is. It's so easy to put on this front and make people think that everything is hunky-dory and perfect and that this is the life that they should be living. Which is why you need to sit with yourself and you need to be selfish and look at what you like, not what's working for somebody else, not what worked for your parents, not what you think you want, what you want. Take your 20s and figure out what you want, not what somebody else wants. I get so hyped up talking about this because I am so passionate about people living their lives for themselves and living their best possible life. You're going to feel lost in your 20s, and you're going to continue feeling lost if you don't fully utilize this time to figure out who you are, to figure out what you want, to figure out what makes you happy. I love you so much. I hope that you can feel all of my love and support through this camera, through the screen, and I will talk to you so soon. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and share this with your 20-year-old friends. I really hope that it helps. I'll talk to you soon.